and then you rode. We just mentioned the LiveWire.
I did.
And you know it handles well.
I know it handles well.
You went and rode one.
Oh, yeah, properly. I went down to Lynn's in Guildford.
That's a trek. You've been all
Closer
over the
to me,
place.
though.
Is it? Yeah.
But yes, it is a trek. But it was worth it because it's a brilliant bike. You remember we went to the motorcycle live show?
Yeah.
And I queued twice.
To sit on it.
For many minutes to sit on one.
Did we talk about
that?
that?
On a rolling
we
road.
must have talked about it.
I think we talked about it probably.
Yeah.
On the drive home, maybe. And they do the thing where they get you to, rev it up. Oh, see how quickly it goes to 60 miles an hour. You're like, yeah, it doesn't mean anything. There's no friction. There's nothing coming through here. And you sit on it and you can feel the vibration, the haptic feedback and the pulsing and stuff like that. I was like, I was curious. I'm excited to have a go on one of these when I get the chance. So I did, obviously, recently. They rang me up and just said, we've got one in. Do you want to take it out? And I said, yes. And I still stand firm to my opinion that it is the best electric bike that I have been on.
Which you got criticised for?
Which I got criticised for. Someone said that I was paid by Harley, which I wish was true, but it's not. It is just my opinion, and I couldn't have made that more explicit in the review. That just my opinion, I preferred how it felt. I'm not saying that on paper the specs are better. It will be in certain respects. Dan something like the Zero SRF, because that was the one they had a huge problem with, was whether it was better than the SRF. And they thought I was leaning towards Harley, perhaps unfairly so, but I was like, you know what, go and ride one. You tell me if you think it's better or not. So
I've ridden the SRF, not the LiveWire yet, although I would like to at some point when I get a chance. But, I've got an idea of what the SRF is like. So which one, in your mind, handles better?
In my mind, the Harley. Which seems very strange to say. Harley have built a very well handling machine.
Yeah, I heard that in some of the other reviews. But better than the SRF. I mean, I don't remember the SRF being like bad or good, really.
No, pretty neutral.
I mean, I'm sure it's pretty decent.
Changes. No, the SRF handles brilliantly. I just want to make that point very clear as well. It is a good bike, and it sort of feels like something like a Ducati Monster or something where if you were to look at them side by side, you'd be like, yeah, there's some parallels there. But no, there's just something about the Harley that I really like the handling of it, and completely forgot about lack of noise or lack of gears and clutch and everything else. I just enjoyed the bike, which is the biggest compliment you can pay any bike, is to just ignore everything else, including the speedo and everything else around you, and just look at the road and enjoy it.
Okay, fair enough. That's pretty conclusive. So handling, you reckon the LiveWire is better?
Yeah.
Speed, they're probably about the same in terms of...
They must be the same.
Because the specs all round are pretty similar.
They list it, top speed I think like 110, Zero I think is like 120 or something like that, but they're both electronically limited just because that drains the battery quick.
Yeah.
So they could probably go more, both of them. And the 0 to 60 on both of them is listed at 3 seconds. So what's the real difference there in terms of speed? Probably not a lot. It's a motor. It's magnets and it revolves. Similar
weight, similar kind of suspension setup, similar brakes, all that kind of thing. Looks, because that's important.
I think I prefer the Harley again.
Because I can talk about this one. So I haven't ridden it, but I've looked at them both. And I've ridden one of them. I agree. LiveWire, way better looking.
It's nice, isn't it?
Oh, did you see that custom one by Untitled Motorcycles, the Custom Zero SRF? I'll put a picture in the video.
Okay. Oh, the Zero, not the Harley?
It's Custom Zero.
Oh, okay.
It's insane. Oh. Yeah, I'll show you later.
Intrigued.
But yeah, I think the proportions of the Harley are kind of like interesting. It's got some of the old schoolness about it.
It's got a bit of like a Sportster tank to it.
Yeah.
I really like that kind of hunchback, angry kind of ready to go.
But also super modern, like the little tail section. Yeah. Headlight looks great.
Yeah.
All round, I think it's cracking.
I think the battery's featured quite well as well because they sort of need to make something of the battery because essentially that replaces the engine in a lot of these bikes in terms of where it's located more than anything else.
The Zero still looks a little bit like a cheapish Japanese motorcycle type thing like some of the older ones do. It looks more premium than the previous Zeros, but definitely it's more plastic
because the previous you could see just like a lump of a battery, right?
Yeah.
Whereas this one, I think it's got like polished fins on the side of the battery.
And the trellis frame looks great.
Yeah.
So it's moving in the right direction, but still it's just not quite got that finesse of the Harley.
No.
Brand? Do you care about that?
Hell yeah, you got it. Well, not I don't care about the brand in terms of this is my brand, tattoo it on me, I bleed Harley. I care about the brand in terms of if I ever need that thing serviced or anything doing to it, I want to know that brand is going to back me up.
True.
Which one do you think is more established and which one's going to have your back if you need to service it or send it back to them with a fault or whatever?
Which, do you have an opinion on that? Because
Harley's longer established. They are currently having financial issues. It's fair to say they're on the decline, bit of a dip.
Yeah, but
I don't think you'll ever see a day when they disappear.
Zero are pre-profit.
True. I've heard anecdotally again, more from sort of comments and stuff, people who've obviously bought the Zero. One or two horror stories from trying to get the thing fixed when it's broken.
That's interesting because most of the dealers are like either electric motorbike companies or like
Honda
one
quite
near
often.
here is a Honda. Yeah.
Most of them, I don't know why they're partnered with Honda, but the one near me is a Honda as well. Yeah, they are in those shops, and you can do stuff. You've got a place to take it back to. You've got a physical premises.
It's just getting the
and the English Electric Motorcycle Company. I have no doubts they'll take care of you. It's just they're in the States trying to get that thing
Same
over
with
there
Tesla.
and fixed.
I've heard that it's really hard to get Teslas fixed.
It makes sense, but then they are in America. If you need something replacing or they haven't got a part, whatever it is, that's in the States. If you go to Harley, I mean, yes, the parts and stuff are still in the States, but they have lots of big dealerships around the UK, so you might stand a better chance.
Maybe, yeah. I kind of was thinking when I said brand about, do you care that like Zero is a company that is purely electric bikes and can therefore take that kind of image of something that's quite progressive and trying to kind of environmentalize motorcycling versus like Harley, which is primarily big, large capacity bikes, and then they're trying something different. And it's kind of a traditional brand, and they're trying to pivot somewhere. Would that affect your choice if you were choosing between those two bikes?
I don't think so.
No, I don't think so. But I definitely know that certain people would. They're both American.
In terms of wanting to feel like you're doing the good for the planet kind of
Zero just
situation.
feels like Tesla, doesn't it? Whereas like
massively,
and people love Tesla. Like that people do love that brand and they like Elon Musk.
Yeah.
It's a bit like, I don't know, what's the equivalent of Harley in cars? It's because, like Porsche have got their electric car now, and obviously Dodge or something. Yeah, if they made an electric, would that be as appealing to the people who are potentially buying Teslas who like that kind of very clean aesthetic and the kind of like green sort of side of it and the innovative?
There's some people who are going to think they do it better because they already like it.
Yeah. I don't know if it would affect my choice. I think I agree.
I don't think it would affect. There's certain people that are fairly tribal about it and probably would.
But I'll tell you what would. Price.
Yeah.
So, because you've just said you think it's a better looking bike, the Harley. You think you'll get better dealer support. You think that it handles better and that they perform about the same. But one's 20 grand, the Zero. One's 30 grand, the Harley. Is it, given all those things, and like this is in a scenario where you have 30 grand in your pocket and you have to buy a motorcycle. It's a motorcycle
so
voucher.
I've got 30 grand. Yeah. I've got a 30 grand voucher.
Yeah, what happens is I say, Tim, that was a brilliant podcast. Yeah. You were excellent.
Yeah.
You carried me the whole hour, 2 hours. How can I ever repay you? Here's a electric motorcycle voucher to the value of 30 grand. But if you buy a Zero, they'll give you 10 grand cash back.
Or you just say, you give me a voucher for 10 grand that I can put in the extra 10.
No, because you don't have to put in anything. That wouldn't make it very good. That wouldn't make it a very good game.
But I get 10 grand back from Zero. So I cash that in and I get 10 grand.
Yeah, you get the 10 grand cash back from Zero.
Hello. I like that option.
Which one?
Oh, you know which way I'm going to go with. I'm definitely the Zero. Because I don't think the Harley is £10,000 better. I'm sorry, it just isn't. It's not £10,000 better. But someone did comment again that potentially Harley would be doing a kind of tiered system, that maybe they've come out with this flagship to show what they can do, and that maybe they will have a more affordable, slightly more budget version, as in maybe compromise, or not compromise, but reduce stuff like the suspension brakes and stuff like that, just to reduce costs. Maybe they'll do that. If they did that, then maybe they're punching a little bit better with Zero, but at the moment, £10,000 is just a huge difference.
I just think the people though that actually buy LiveWires probably value 10 grand differently than you or I.
Yeah, probably.
They probably don't care. It's not about it, you know.
No.
Much like I did a video actually a few weeks ago, and it started doing quite well now. Whether the Ducati V4 Superleggero was actually worth 100,000 euros, which is how it's priced.
It's worth what you're willing to pay for it.
This is what everyone comment. Like, it was, you know, tongue in cheek, the video, and the way that I compared it to other bikes was power to weight ratio.
Yeah.
So looking at, you know, what else can you get for that money? Because they have said it's their most powerful bike and their lightest bike. So that seemed like a good in for me. But yeah, the comments are mainly like, whoever's buying this does not care what you think.
No. Probably haven't even watched the review. Probably just walked into Ducati and went, what's your most expensive bike?
Yeah, exactly.
I'll take that one.
Exactly. Oh, well, yeah, thanks for that. I'm interested in the LiveWire. I definitely want to go and try one now that you said it's better handling.
Again, I would...
By the way, that voucher was hypothetical. That's not going to happen at the end of this podcast.
You can't just give me something like that and then strip it away from me, Rob.
I have. I can and have.